Good morning. So, today we will concentrate on our next tutorial on shade preferences. So, what is shade preference? How this is handling that we can see here now. So, shade preferences. I am creating one project name called as a shade. This is also very important for every project because to handle background data, this is the one of the major thing. Also, you can maintain some session as well using this. Like what is shade? First here it has multiple things. Shade preferences. So last time we already seen, means here there are first we can see this shade preferences is nothing but here first it's a data storage, temporary data storage, then data storage, then passing data and handling session management, handling session management. So this majorly we can do in this passing data to entire application. These three we can do this. So in this one by one we'll discuss here this first data storage. See, whenever I'm logging in application, I may get some required parameters. Like see, now if I go with any shopping cart application, once I go and click on my transactions, it's displaying automatically the transactions. But how the transactions are displaying means we are not sending our name and all, but it's how it is sending because backgroundly using shade preferences, we are means as a developer we are sending who logged in the respective person email id or mobile number, what is the unique id for that we are sending in a background. So what happens with that background, it can filter the data only for the particular person and it can be showing that. So because of that, after login we may store some data in this data store using shade preferences. So what happens here, once as data is stored, this data I can access anywhere from the application, anywhere within application. Within application I can access this data anywhere in the entire application, that we can do this. And after that, this can be handled normally like this. Then after that, using the same concept, we can maintain a session also. Session is nothing but login session. So that login session also we can manage using this. So that we can do this. But here first, we'll concentrate on how to store the data and how to access in another class. Then afterwards, we'll concentrate on this how to manage the session. See now here, this is ready. Here I want to change this as some linear layout. So here just I'll give this orientation vertical. I'm applying data binding as well. So data binding, then here I'm removing this, just here I'm applying this, just I'm giving this hello shade preferences, just I'm giving this just to display, want to display this. Also I want to give a gravity for this. So now I want to drag and drop few parameters into this. Here I want to drag and drop one text view, one mobile number and one email id, 3 parameters. Also here I need one button to save this data and one more button to check this data. So here for this I'm giving you the int has name. Here I'm giving you one more hint. That hint has email. Then here one more. Okay, here mobile number has came top. Just I want this here. So here I'm giving you hint mobile. So I want to enter these three parameters. Then this I'm using this for save. So here I'm changing this as a save. This I'm using to check data. Check data. So I'm using this to check data. So here check. Yeah, this one I'm changing as mobile. This one I'm changing as email. This one I'm changing as a name. Done. So now I want to write the action for this. If you want to write an action, we need a data binding. So I'm applying here data binding dot enabled equal to true. So just click on sync now. So once you click on sync now, then we can handle this data here easily with this. In a main activity, first step I'm up doing this binding. So declaration of binding, something binding. Then here binding equal to data binding util dot set content view. Here it's context. So then here now I will write this binding dot. So check set on click listener new view dot on click listener. So for this case, just I'm putting this intent, means in another class I want to test this data is going that class or not, means if the data forwarding is happening properly or not, I need to test it. So here second dot class, then start activity of intent. Then with this name I want to create one activity, new activity, empty activity with the name of second. As of now, no new thing, this already we know. Then here now I want to saving the data in shared references. So then here binding dot save dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. So means total in a shared preferences there are total 3 types of actions are there. What are the 3 types of actions? One is adding the data to shared preferences. Next is the retrieve. Next is the delete or remove. So 3 functionalities: delete or remove. But today first we are doing these two. We'll check these two here in this video. See now if it is in a shared premises, first we need to declare that as a shared premises. I declare something shared premises. Then here, so this is already predefined in system, so we can directly get this shared premises. Here there are the 2 things. One is a name and this. So here I am putting this name. Name is a user defined login, and always here mode as a private, because we want to access this data privately within our application itself. So because of that I'm changing this as a mode as private. Then here this is a declaration. Here we are editing data. So you want to edit this data. Here you can declare statements dot editor something equal to that is this. If you write like this you may confuse. So this above one, here we are edit, means above data we are editing here. But here if I did edit, we need to add this editor dot put string key comma value. So as we discussed, keys should be here in intent user defined. Here also keys should be the user defined. Values we can use here. Total we have 3 values, so put string. First is a name, so that is I can get from binding dot name dot get text dot to string. So this I'm getting like same. I have 2 more values, so just I want to copy paste this. So here instead of this name, it's I want to change this as a mobile. If it is mobile, here we can change mobile. This is the email. If this is a email, here it's a email. So like last step of this storing the data is here. So editor dot commit. So storing of data is completed. Then now I want to access this within this application. If I want to access this within this application, just copy this line, first line declaration. So here retrieval. So paste that. Then here now preferences dot get string. So first value could be this, and always second value could be null always. Then here total we have 3 parameters. So keys always you can copy and paste from here because it's a case sensitive. Something has missed, we cannot access the data here. So because of that, better here copy and paste. Means it's a M capital M instead of capital M. If you kept small m, it's a very problematic. So like this. Now I want to access this. Just I want to check this data in a toast. So here you want to access this, you need to assign this to some of the variable. So I'm assigning this to s1 and this string s2, then this string s3 like this. Now I want to show the data here s1 plus s2 plus s3. See now this is completed. Now we can able to run this program. So if we run this program, we can get to know this how this data is storing and how this. In this there are the other things are there like you can so other things are like you can delete the data whenever you want. You delete the data. That delete the data along with the session we can check. This means once session has created, I want to clear the session. So that clear the session is equalized to deleting the data, so that we can able to check with the both cases there with clear explanation. So now today it's only 2 steps. One is the saving the data, other one is the retrieving. Because why I'm writing like this 2 buttons. If I write maybe within the same button, you think that its data is passing like intent, but here it's not. So that is this. But already intent is there to transfer the data. But why we are using again this? Because why we are using like this means intent means I can transfer the data to next level only one level. I want to go A to B, I can transfer the data A to B. I want to go A to C, I can transfer the data A to C. But I want to go A to B, then B to C. Then I can transfer A to B data as well as again B to C data. Again, there is one more. If it is after this, once I transfer the data A to B, C to E, then it's working. Then afterwards, when I close my application and reopen that application, that data could not be there. But this shared preferences data could be there until you clear the shared preferences, that data could be there. See, first we will see this. Now I'm clicking on this check. Null. So back here I entered. So something mail ID, something mobile number, save. Now I open this, see data should be there. See now I'm clearing this from the recent app. Again I'm opening the same app, share preferences. See I'm not saving, just I'm going, see data could be there. This data could be there up to this, but how we can clear this data? See here in a settings. See now normal manually I'm showing this app manager. So in app manager, so there is a shared preferences program. Shared preferences, this is the program. See here now storage, I'm clearing this cache data here, this both. So then now I'm going this program, I'm opening this now. See here check data null means until the user clears the cache data, or it need to programmatically close the data. Until that time this data could be stay there itself. That is the main advantages. So we'll discuss few more things about this in a next tutorial. Thank you. Please subscribe to get more updates.